everyone, it's Ken and Andrea here from Northern Viking Explorer. Today we want to share with you our review of the layout and amenities from our recent Caribbean cruise on the Carnival Jubilee. Let's go ahead and dive right into it. So Andrea, the layout and amenities of the Carnival Jubilee.
So this is a really big ship, and it helps that we were on the Mardi Gras a few years ago.
Yes.
So there's a lot of similarities because there's a lot to see on this ship.
It is a very big ship and there is a lot to see. So why don't we start out way up on the Lido deck in the main pool area.
Oh, and they have a beautiful Lido deck. There's a really nice pool.
Yeah.
I like how around the pool there's kind of like a splash area.
Yeah. So that pool is the beach pool. And there's one large hot tub in that area. So not multiple, there's just one. But it also has, right beside the pool, there's a little kind of covered hut area if you want to get out of the sun, but you can keep your feet in the water.
Which is really nice.
Yeah. I guess I will say there is a little wish there, though. I wish there was more than one hot tub in that area because that's where the big screen is as well. So it doesn't give you a lot of opportunity if you want to sit in the hot tub and watch a movie. There's only the one hot tub. I do like it when there's several hot tubs around the main pool area, but it's definitely a nice area for sure.
It's definitely a busy area.
Well, that's where they commonly host a lot of the parties. That area also is home to the Red Frog Tiki Bar, the Blue Iguana Cantina,
Which
if
I
you
love.
like your burritos and tacos. There's the Seafood Shack in that area, Street Eats, and then I do appreciate this. There's complimentary beverage stations.
Which is really nice, especially when you're out in the sun. It's nice to be able to get some water.
Yeah. So that area, the main kind of hub of the ship. As for loungers, they do set up loungers around that area as well as a little bit higher up. And we were able to find loungers even on our sea days. Not necessarily, unless you're there really early, getting them right by the pool can be difficult. But if you go up and around, there was lots of spots for loungers as well.
We were able to get a lounger too and to watch the activities going on. It was quite nice out there.
Yeah. Now, in this area as well, if you go up one deck to deck 17, I believe it is, this is where you're going to find Guy's Burger Joint, so complimentary burgers. Also, one of my other favorite spots, and this is a beautiful pool as well, if you head to the back on deck 16, it's the Tides pool.
That is it's got a beautiful view, the aft view, it's very nice. And there's some food there as well.
There's also two hot tubs, so I appreciate that one has two hot tubs at the back, whereas the other one is the one.
But a really big one though.
Yeah. So at the back, you've got Shaq's Big Chicken, which is really another complimentary option, which is convenient if you're at the pool. There's the Tides Pool Bar. And then the other pool on the upper decks, because there is one down on the lower decks, we'll get there in a little bit, but is up in the Serenity Adult-Only area.
Which is a nice, but also a busy pool with the adults up there. There's really nice loungers up there.
They're comfy.
They're really comfy.
Yeah.
And they're padded, and there's some kind of some creative ones. They're kind of like half clamshells.
Yeah, they don't have the kind of full cover. They're kind of part way up. But I do like the padding. Like I already mentioned that. The padding's nice.
And there was a lot of seating. I never had a problem finding a seat
Even
up there.
on sea days, we were able to find seating. Again, right around the pool area, it does kind of get busy. But we were right by the hot tubs, no problem. There's two big hot tubs in that area. There's also fresh creations. So if you do want to kind of have a salad, salad for lunch, you don't even have to leave the area.
And there's some seating in that area too, like with a table if you'd prefer to sit at a table with your salad. Yeah.
And then the Serenity kind of wraps right sort of around the front, not right at the very front of the ship, but it gives you some great views. So I often appreciate the Serenity.
I really like the Serenity. It's a nice space.
Now above there, we didn't have access to it. It's kind of a premium area. So when you're by the pool in the Serenity, if you kind of look up, you'll see a infinity pool, whirlpool type of thing up there. It looks beautiful from below.
Yeah.
One day.
It's not crowded up there. They limit how many people can go up there.
Yeah. So that's called Loft 19. So jumping back to the Lido deck down by the main pool, this is where you'll find the entrance to the Marketplace Buffet, which is quite large actually.
It really is. It is on both sides. There's lots of seating and lots of little stations.
That's one thing I really appreciate is there's a few islands and then there's sort of, I don't know what you'd call them, kind of walk up, kind of
almost like a kiosk type.
Almost like a kiosk. So you're not doing one big line to get food, which really slows things down. You can just walk to there might be a couple people in front of you, not 30 people in front of you. So I do appreciate that. And the area is, like I said, quite large. There's beverage stations in there. It's a nice buffet.
And of course, there's ice cream too.
So other things on the upper decks. So you're going to find the Bolt roller coaster, which does come at a premium. I didn't ride it on the Jubilee, but I did ride it on the Mardi Gras, and that's a lot of fun.
Yeah, in our sailing, it was 2 laps you got for $15.
There's the complimentary mini golf, which is right by the Bolt roller coaster, which was lots of fun. We did that.
And I really appreciate that is complimentary. So you can go mini golfing a lot and you're not worried about a cost associated with that.
Yeah, the kids love it. Adults love it.
I love it.
Yeah, it can get busy on the sea days, but it's just a lot of fun.
It is fun.
Yeah. And not far from there is the Carnival Waterworks as well, which has a really nice kids splash kind of play area, as well as the water slides. So it's kind of, I would almost call that kind of the fun zone area.
Yeah, and it's good for kids. Kids love that space.
So this area, there's the running track that goes all the way around. So it goes by the mini golf, it goes by the water slides down the side, the sports courts. You've got the Bolt kind of running above it, as well as the high ropes course.
No, I love the high ropes course. And I think it's great that they've kept this also complimentary.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun for kids and for adults. It's exciting.
Yes. My favorite part, and you're probably going to say the same thing, is that walk the plank. It kind of goes to the edge of the ship, and it's quite far down.
Yeah. If this is something you want to do, though, don't wait for the last day, because if the weather's not good, it could be closed. So make sure if it's something you want to do, go do it.
Yeah. Other things that you'll find up here, there's cornhole, which is always fun. That's free to play.
Yeah.
There's the warehouse arcade. It was quite a large arcade on the ship. So Carnival usually has a pretty big arcade.
Yeah, that's not free, though.
No, that comes at an additional cost.
You can go in for free, but if you want to play
Yeah.
the games, it'll cost you.
Yeah, so there's quite a bit for the layout and amenities on the Carnival Jubilee on the upper decks, and there's lots to do.
It's fun. A lot of fun up there.
So from there, let's jump down to the lower decks of the ship, where, why don't we go to the back on deck 8?
Oh, I love this space. This is a beautiful pool outside. Now, what did they call that space again? The patio?
It's, summer landing is kind of the area, and then outside is the patio, I believe.
Yes. Yeah.
So there's the aft pool out there,
Yeah.
and then there's 2 hot tubs on the one side.
That's right. Yeah. And again, there's a lot of loungers in that space as well. Very nice.
So outside, on the side of the ship by the hot tubs, there's the watering hole bar. So if you want easy access to the bar, it's outside. But then inside, there's you'll find the Heroes Tribute Lounge, which has free ice cream.
And big screen TVs, often with sports on.
But my favorite part in this area is the guys pick an anchor.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say it was the ice cream.
Well, that's too. I do make a pretty mean ice cream with all the practice.
You've
It's
gotten really
pretty
good.
much perfect. People ask me to make ice creams for them when they saw my ice cream,
I'm really proud of you.
but I learned from you.
No thanks.
There's also, this area has the complimentary tabletop shuffleboards and foosball as well.
Yeah, and we played that. It was a lot of fun.
I enjoyed that. I'm not very good.
No. But it's still fun. We just laugh at ourselves.
So, and then there's the Carnival Fun Shop in this area as well. I do want to say, so that's the logo wear store where you can buy Carnival branded souvenirs. This was one of the nicest logo shops I've seen on a cruise ship.
And there was brands in there that I like that aren't crazy expensive. So if you wanted to get a nice like Yeti Carnival cup with a logo on it, they had that kind of stuff, and had some sweatshirts that were Champion brand.
Yeah, different things.
At a fair price.
Yes, lots of clothing, like just Carnival branded stuff.
It's fun in
the
there.
ship models were there, all that kind of stuff. So it's good. So if you go forward from there, you're going to find Coastal Slice and Beach Buns, and I do appreciate these 2 restaurants.
They're very centrally located, which is very convenient, and the lines move quick, and there's seating and a beverage station there. It's really nice.
It is. So Coastal Slice is the complimentary pizza, and then Beach Buns is complimentary sandwiches. They've got hot dogs there. And they're side by side.
Yeah, very convenient.
Yeah. So down on deck 7, you're going to find the Jubilee Casino, which takes up a big chunk of deck 7. It kind of goes down the one side of the ship and then widens out at the front as it gets towards the main theater. So it's quite a large casino, but it is a big ship, so you'd kind of expect that. And then off to the side where the casino is narrower, so off to the side, that's where you're going to find one of my favorite spots on the Jubilee is the center stage.
Center stage is beautiful. It is the atrium area right in the center of the ship, looking over the edge.
Yeah.
It's 3 levels high, and during the day, it's all glass and you can look over the ocean.
Yeah.
It's very pretty.
Well, and then screens come up at night for the different shows, and they do a lot of shows there. So it's really neat. So that's kind of on deck 6, 7, and 8. It's a beautiful venue.
An amazing center hub.
Yes. Now, I do have a little bit of a wish for this area.
Okay.
So I found that because they do so many events there, if you're not early, there's not really enough seating.
That's true, especially on some of the bigger
Performances?
you want to get there early, especially if you want to be up and close, because they're amazing, really are.
So if you're heading there, go early, because some of the shows there are spectacular, and especially I think we knew, because we'd been on the Mardi Gras before, that it was easy. If you didn't show up early enough, you might miss things. So we made an effort to be early for everything, so we got pretty good seats.
And it was worth it.
Yes.
Now I have to talk about a big, I love this. I love that at the bottom of the atrium,
I think on deck 6.
yes,
Yeah.
is the Java Blue, which is great because there's coffee. So I love to grab a coffee or a small snack and take in a show.
Yeah.
I thought for a layout, that's an amazing design.
Yes, I know we've mentioned this already, but the complimentary beverage stations throughout the lower decks are a big perk. So
Very nice.
now at the front of the ship, you're going to find the Jubilee Theater, which is quite a large theater. There aren't really any pillars or anything there. It reminds me of a movie theater.
Yeah, it's missing that elegant, formalness that you might see in some other theaters. So that maybe could be a wish, but I appreciate that it's very large. There's a nice slope, and so there's a lot of good views.
For sure. And the shows that we saw in there were fantastic as well. So good views. The atmosphere is very movie theater-like, but I would say, though, because of center stage, that's where all the atmosphere is.
True.
So.
Very true.
There's some other really neat spots on the ship. So there's the currents below the waves area. So it's kind of a themed underwater area. So that's where you'll find Dr. Inks, or it looks like drinks, but it's Dr. Inks. Emerald's Bistro 717. It's a really cool spot. And then around the corner, I think closer to, I believe it's the Mermaid Bar.
Yep.
I can't remember the full name of it. There's a really big kind of ship model of the Jubilee as well. It's really neat. It's hidden kind of around the corner, so it's easy to miss, but head around there and have a look at that. Now, other areas, so there's the Limelight Lounge on deck 7 and the Punchliner Comedy Club on deck 6. They hosted comedy in both of them. There was a lot of comedy on this ship, but they were small venues.
Smaller venues. They were bigger than what I've seen on some ships, but for the amount of passengers, it wasn't a big room. But I appreciate that there was 2 comedy clubs,
Yes.
which really helped. And it also allowed them to run PG and adult.
At the same time.
At the same time.
So I guess a wish, again, that it would be a little bit bigger. Come early to those as well, because they fill up really quick. We saw on multiple occasions where people just left because they couldn't find a seat. So good to know. Other things around the ship. So there's the spa kind of at the front of the ship on deck 5 and 6. You did the tour.
Yeah.
What did you think?
It's beautiful. Even
Yeah.
if you don't plan on going, it's fun to go look around and
You
see.
said that salt room was really cool.
Yeah, it looked really nice. And really quiet. Really quiet.
There's also the Cloud9 Fitness Center at the front on deck 6. You had said you appreciate the height.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Because so many times when I've gone on an elliptical, my ponytail is hitting the ceiling.
Not on this ship.
No, not on this ship. So I appreciate there was like that appropriate headspace.
Yeah.
And it's all really beautiful and new equipment and a nice view. And I had no problem getting on equipment.
There's
Very nice.
lots of ellipticals. There's lots of treadmills. It doesn't look out over the front of the ship like other cruise lines. It's kind of on the side. Quite a bit of upper and lower body machines. There are some free weights in there. And then they do have like a spinning room where they can offer classes. Those are typically at an additional fee, but the Cloud9 Fitness Center itself is complimentary to use. So
I liked it. I really did.
there's quite a bit of shopping on the ship. I know we already talked about the fun shop, but there's the cherry on top candy shop. So if you want
some candy,
of course, jewelry shops, perfume shops, watches, they're kind of scattered around. Like they're all kind of in the same areas, most of them, but they're not in kind of a central shopping area, really.
It feels like a shopping mall in there with the restaurants and the bars. It's very nice.
Yeah. And then the main restaurants on the ship. So you've got two main restaurants. You've got the Pacific, which is the big one at the aft of the ship. It's 2 stories with the big open area in the middle and then views off the back of the ship.
It's very pretty.
You've got the other main dining room. So some of you might be there as the Atlantic. That's more kind of midship. And then Chibang, the Chinese Mexican cuisine. You've got Cucina del Capitano, which is the Italian restaurant. And then other restaurants include the Steakhouse Fahrenheit 555, Bonsai Teppanyaki, Bonsai Sushi, Rudy's Sea Grill, and there's just more on there. So there's a lot. So
there's a lot to choose from.
And then quite a few bars as well. I know we already mentioned Dr. Inks or Drinks.
Yeah.
The Grandview Bar, Havana Bar, which if you have a Havana stateroom outside the Havana Bar, there's the private area, which has a little...
a pool.
It's a small pool. It looks like a hot tub. I was mistaken. It is a small pool, and there's a bar out there dedicated for that as well. So the Havana Bar is for everyone, but the outside area is dedicated.
And there are sometimes they hold events in the Havana Bar, so don't be afraid to go in there. It's not exclusive. The outside part is, though.
Did I already mention the Grandview Bar? I think so. That's the one that, if I didn't, that's the one that kind of overlooks the center stage. So the watering hole, the piano bar is really cool.
Very cool, yeah.
The Golden Mermaid, Alchemy Bar. And I'm sure there's more that we missed. So, any other thoughts or wishes on the ship? So, I mean, when I think about the ship, it's one of the least amounts of ships that I've had wishes for. Like, I don't have a lot that could be improved on. It's really good.
You know, I appreciate that there's food and swimming kind of scattered around the ship because it does take a long time to get from the bottom of the ship to the top of the ship. It is big, so it is nice that there's different spaces for people to spread out in.
Yeah,
I like it a lot.
If I were to give it one wish that they could improve on, I think it would be the elevators were quite slow.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say the elevators were slow. There was a lot of people on the elevator, so they stopped at every floor. So it could have used more elevators. But overall, the ship's layout and amenities, there was so much on it, and it was quite well laid out.
It was beautiful.